Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Nairobi Sisterhood. Today we are talking about celibacy and virginity. My name is Ngina and I'm here with
Maya.
Okay. But we feel like before we talk about celibacy and virginity, we need to address the fact that we are talking about it as a matter of choice, and not every woman has always been given that choice, or not every woman's choice has been respected. And also we're particularly saying this with respect to the Forest Road incident, and we would like to pass our regards to the lady and her family and anyone who was affected or triggered by that incident, because I think we were both
very triggered,
and it would be a disservice to have this platform and not say anything about the fact that sometimes our choices are taken away.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a trauma for me.
And on that note, very sad note, but we can move on.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about celibacy and virginity are we talking about? Okay, let's say virginity and celibacy.
Guys.
Okay. First question.
What is celibacy to you?
Nah.
What?
You can't start from there.
For real? I would have thought that's what we would have started from then.
But how are you celibate if you're still a virgin? So it's
but that's the thing. You
talk
about celibacy and then you talk about how we ended up here. Huh?
I think we start with the fact that if any of my family members are watching this, I am a virgin. You can click away now.
No comment.
Now, how did we lose our virginity?
Is dead. Okay, but that's a culture thing. Let's just ignore. Anyway,
I'm a smart, educated woman. That is not how you're going to value me.
And that's on period.
Yes.
Period. So now say it.
I said how I lost my virginity.
That's where we're starting.
That's where
I think we start with like, what does virginity mean to you, and how important was it to you up to until this point?
Okay. I think for me, at this moment in my life, I think virginity is a social construct. I don't think it is an actual thing to be lost or taken.
That's true.
Yeah, but when I was younger, I'm gonna say the exact age. When I was younger, I kind of held on to the fact that, it means that you're more pure or not. And then it got to a point where it became like a burden. Like, why are you still a virgin? Or get it out of the way and move on with your life. What is this you're holding on to so dearly? And it really
that I think people can relate to.
Yes.
You want to get rid of it because everyone
is like, oh, you are a virgin, oh, you're still a virgin, oh yeah, and then everyone is talking about their sexual experiences, and you feel like you're missing out. Yes.
Because why have you not lost it? But I don't think. Do you think in our friend group it was like that? I think more generally, like social media, high school, because people in high school had also lost it. And I remember thinking, wow, guy, you're security kuringa nayo.
I think for me it was never about our friend group, because by the time we were friends like that, that part of my life I had already lost my virginity. So for me it was from high school and right after high school.
Okay, now mine was when we were already friends. But I don't even think it was like a big.
Was that a big deal?
It was okay. Context. Virginity for me was a big deal back in the day, because obviously you're raised in a Christian household. Not obviously, but yeah.
You were raised.
I personally was raised in a Christian household, and it was your value was dependent on the fact that you're pure, and women in African culture is very like you're respected because you're pure and like untainted.
Yes.
And it was those things where you're saving it for your husband. And like I remember growing up, we had this family friend of ours. So my show usually brings people who are older women to talk to us, because she was raising girls. So she obviously wanted to do her best to make sure that we were we turned out right, you know.
Yes.
So and we turned out okay. I would hope.
This one I don't know.
And stop.
I'm joking.
No, but for real.
Yeah.
So this lady came and she put like a show, like a film for
uh-huh.
us, and it was like a Christian show where it was like crowded bed. I think that's the name of the.
Okay.
It's not even a film. It's like a short film.
Okay.
So now it shows like two people getting married, a man and a woman, and then sitting on a bed. And how all the people they slept with. But now obviously in the show, because it's a Christian show, they're not gonna show us them fucking. So it just shows them kissing. Like, so every person who the man has kissed sat on this side of the bed, and all the people that the woman has kissed on this side of the bed. And then it ended up by the time they were getting married, like there were a bunch of people on their bed, and it's not showing you how. In my head I was like, guy, can you kissing? Like even kissing. So because I didn't realize that it was supposed to be a metaphor for sex. But people even say kissing is part of it. Like your souls interlink, and I'm like, from kissing?
I don't know.
Like there's no winning in the streets.
But I think
Anyway.
it whatever value it holds to you is what it is to you. So if kissing has that kind of value to you and you feel like your souls are connected, then good for you. But if it's not, it's not.
I'm sorry, it's not that deep. I don't think I understand how that is. Anyway, I guess it's a big deal because when I look back to my first kiss, it was stolen and I was so mad. Okay, I wasn't. Anyway, we'll get into context for that. But I think, how do I even put it? Virginity was a big deal, and then it became that thing that you're saying, man, because now I was so overwhelmed with, I don't want to lose it to the wrong person. I don't want to get too lit and then lose it at the wrong place. And I've envisioned that I will lose it in this scene with roses and petals with a man I love. Like, you know, the whole Sleeping Beauty and Princess and fairy tales.
That was you. That was what you wanted for yourself.
Yeah. I didn't mind losing it before I got married, but I wanted it, if I was to lose it, to be perfection.
Your house was a bed with roses.
Yeah, like, you know, the perfect,
like a hotel room after you
with someone who loves me back.
You're deeply in love and connected to.
When I tell you guys, that is just a rumor. Rumors. There's nothing like that. My life.
Yeah.
Anyway, silly life.
Okay, I don't know. Do you want to get into more detail about that?
Maybe you do yours.
I do mine. Okay. The thing I would say about my experience losing my virginity, one, it was painless, unlike most people's. I had the rumor about, it's going to be painful, but
it was painless.
Very much so.
How does it feel to be God's favorite child? God's favorite sinner. Please, let's be clear.
A bitch said what?
I said it. Come beat me.
I'm here. Oh, yeah. I can throw hands. My nails are too good for that shit. Anyway. So, yes, it was very painless, but also I was kind of tipsy. But I knew I wanted to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't...
I made a face because...
There was no question of consent. There was no question of consent. Before I got tipsy, I knew I wanted to do it. Okay. I just needed a bit of Dutch courage.
But do you think, like, I don't know, because for me, the only advice I'd give young people is, if you're to lose your virginity, make sure you lose it to some, like, when you're ready. It's not about of timing.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, were you ready if you needed Dutch courage?
I think I was. My need for Dutch courage was not for the actual sex. I think I just wanted to feel more relaxed, because it's still a new experience that I'm having, even if I am ready for it. But also, more than that, I was in a relationship with this person, and it's a moment I wanted to share, but it also was not that big of a deal, like roses type. Yeah, because at that point it was also like, let's get it out of the way and move on to other things. Like, I wanted to get it out of the way, but I was also ready for it. So do it when you're ready, and in the manner that you want it.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Actually, but virginity doesn't. It's so weird that before I lost my virginity, we tried so hard for us to do it. Like, with the person I was with, got in a relationship. We were just cute. I don't know, that was
situationship.
No, it wasn't a situationship. It was just, I think we liked each other.
Okay.
But we couldn't date because he was going to go away. So there was no point because it's gonna be a relationship, and me, I can't do long distance. A baby girl can't struggle like that.
What? So just the 4 of you just need to come to an agreement.
Exactly, the 4 of us. Me, I want us to be 2 people. 2 people in that relationship. But 2 people when you're all over the, and I'm a sexual being. It's struggles.
Okay, I hear you.
Struggles. Anyway, so we tried so much during that year. Like, you know, the ones that you make out, you set a time, and then we do it, and then it's like hit a roadblock, and then it was so fucking painful. So it was, I was like, nah. So even when I lost it, and it was not painful, it was just uncomfortable and odd. I was just thinking about all the times we tried. Like,
wait, so it wasn't painful, but it was uncomfortable.
The losing itself, yeah, it was uncomfortable, but the times leading up to. It's like I used to tell.
When you were trying,
when I'm trying, I want to have sex with you, but then
maybe you actually wanted it. You just thought that you were.
Let me tell you the pain, and I'm like, not even that. The first time I ever saw a dick, I was like, why are they so ugly? I'm sorry to all people who
all persons who have penises.
Yes, I'm sorry, but I
was like,
no. Even though in a car, I remember telling someone, why is it so ugly? And I did, obviously.
Wait.
I don't think it was ugly. I think I just had never seen one. You know, when you see something foreign and you're like, guy, like, what is this? I was like, hi?
No. My question is,
the trauma.
You want to tell me the first time you saw one was in person?
What do you mean?
Didn't you ever watch or see porn?
No. I'm not, like, that's the thing, I don't watch porn, so I'd never seen, and even if I'd seen on TV, like, sex scenes don't have.
No, sex scenes don't have like actual
that's
genitals.
A thing. So other than sex scenes,
no? I mean, I get
I feel like
that.
the only porn I'd ever seen before I saw an actual male genitalia was lesbian porn, and it wasn't even porn. It was just some movie like started like we had a tutor with my sister like when we were like in class 1, 2, and then we walked in when she was watching something, and the first,
I'm stuck at class 1, 2.
Class 1, 2, yeah, and then this tutor brought us a CD with many movies. You know the Kitambo CDs were like you burn the movies onto compact discs.
Gen Z.
Yes.
So a compact disc is a round thing that people used to burn movies and music on.
Yeah.
And then we would put it in a slot in a
CD player,
or a laptop if you were lucky enough to have a laptop at that point in time.
Yeah.
And then you play the music.
You play, then the music plays, or the movie plays,
or the whatever series plays.
Or in a DVD player.
And they had like 33 in one.
Yeah, like so you can watch so many movies, and then like number 2 on the movie thing was like it started with a sex scene for like 2 babes making out, and I was like, Then the tutor walked in and she said, what are you watching? I think it was, we were watching it, but it wasn't a TV, we put it intentionally.
So it came on.
It was like one of the things you select. So you have to go to the next movie, then you click on, what is this movie about?
Yeah.
And then it's like, why has it started on that scene? But it wasn't, there was no pennies. Like there were just babes making out. It wasn't a big deal. So now, when I actually saw one in 3D, in real life, I was like, which was weird because it was for like a guy who was like 2 years older than me.
Why is that weird?
Because I was a minor. So like if he wasn't a minor and I was a minor. And I remember seeing him and being like, yeah, I'm going home.
Okay. But what's your opinion on minors losing their virginity to persons who are not minors?
Problematic.
Okay, now is the other way, like, is it okay for them to lose their virginity or to have sex with people who are also minors, in your opinion?
No.
I just no.
No to both. Because if you are going to, because sex is a very, okay, I'm not here to peddle the notion that, you know, sex is for grown-ups or anything.
Yes.
But sex is for when you're ready. And I'm trying to think of like, maybe I'm speaking from a personal experience. When I was younger, I don't think I really understood what sex really meant and the level of like what it would take away or give me. You know what I mean? Like I was too young to be empowered by sex.
Okay. To
the level that now as an adult I'm like, you know what? This shit, like I'm here and I'm having my best life and sex is for both of us.
Yes.
You get. So I'm imagining you've grown up in a society where women are shamed for being tainted, which is for having sex, and being told that you need to be pure. And then now you 14-year-old, 12-year-old, 16-year-old, you're going into sex with someone who maybe is more aware than you about the effects of sex. I can't imagine how, because even as old as I was, because I was 19 by the time I lost my virginity, I still felt sick. I felt tired. I felt dirty. Now I can't imagine a 16-year-old me or a 14-year-old me going through those emotions. Because what?
Yeah.
Wanna imagine?
I get you.
It's wild.
My opinion is still is different.
It's wild.
I think I would be, whether if this person is a minor and the other one is not, then
It's
no, just no. One that
Criminal
is
charge.
just it's criminally wrong,
Yeah.
whether it's consensual or not. But I think if they are the same age and are of the same understanding, so if I'm 16 and you're 16, but I grew up more enlightened and you didn't, I would feel like there's a power dynamic difference.
Yeah.
So you need to have sort of the same, how do I call it?
Exposure.
Same exposure levels. But also, like, it gets to a point where at 10 years old, I'd be like, I think that's, whether you're both 10 and same exposure, that's
It's a bit much. 10 is young. Like 10, I thought we were still saying, a boy touched you. That was below 5.
I don't know. I have nephews who are 11 and 15, and they have taught me that these kids, they know a lot.
I feel like
They
the
know
people
a lot.
behind us, like the people who are young now, people who are like teenagers now, y'all are moving mad. Like when we were teenagers, I think things were not, like, it wasn't okay to have sex like that or be sexually active like that. Like, people used to do it. I think boys used to be hyped for sleeping with people at funkies, but the girls who used to sleep with people at funkies were like, everyone was just like side eye.
Oh my gosh, they were slut shaming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're not here to slut shame anyone.
No.
I think I'm just like, if you're gonna lose your virginity, please lose it when you're ready.
Yes.
Mentally, emotionally, physically, all of it.
Yeah.
Because
but most of all,
and
as much
aware
as
of the repercussions.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. But do it protected, regardless of, if you feel like you need to do it and that's a thing you need to experience at that moment, at least in the least bit, make sure you have a condom. If nothing else, use a condom.
Oh, speaking about that, what would you wish you did differently when you lost your virginity?
I wish we had a condom.
I hear you too, because sis, you and me, that one.
Let me tell you what happened. I think it happened on a Saturday, and then I started panicking because we didn't use protection. And then on Monday, I took P2.
A little late, but sure. I mean, it's 72 hours, no?
Yeah, so it was still within time, but I was panicking. So Monday I took P2. P2 gives you, for me, it gives me the side effects look like pregnancy.
So P2
Let me tell you.
Postinatal, which is an after
an emergency pill.
Morning after
pill.
Yeah.
Or emergency pill. So I was panicking because the side effects were symptoms of pregnancy. And then because my hormones were everywhere, I missed that month's period.
Oh my god, I would lose it.
So I did, and I did take a pregnancy test.
Not even that,
negative,
I would lose it, but I'm imagining you were young.
Yeah.
So it's even more, because it's your first time. I don't mean you were young. I mean,
I wasn't a minor.
You're a minor. I'm saying you were inexperienced.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yes. So I didn't know how to navigate that situation. And even at this moment, I don't even think I told my friends about it. Because I think I
can't even remember you telling me about your first time. You never told me about your first time.
We've never.
Anyway, we'll hear it on camera with you guys.
You want more details about that?
Oh, that's about it?
Chill. No, but I never regretted it because I think for me it needed to happen, and I wanted to be sexually explorative, and it could not have happened if I'm still a virgin.
Yeah, I get you. I think for me, I don't regret it only because I was in love with that boy. Like when I look back, and then even like I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, the only thing I regret was the when. Like I don't regret the person I did it with. I don't regret doing it. I think I regret the age in which I did it. Like I wish I waited. I mean, like waited longer so that I was more. Was I ready? Like, and then I would have made more responsible decisions. Like I wish they gave us sex talks when we were growing up, like
we
proper sex. Those ones for health. Yeah, those ones for proper health professionals coming to tell you, no, My sex talk was what? Sugar, MTV sugar. That's only scaring me into not getting HIV.
That was your biggest. That was actually our biggest concern.
So
at that moment
I don't
in time.
know. I don't know. It was just no.
Oh, really?
I think
I
wish I waited, because now I feel like the people like we know that are not are still virgins.
Yeah.
I feel like they have a level of peace of mind that I don't have.
Okay.
In terms of okay, obviously they have their own struggles, because obviously you tell someone you're a virgin and they're like,
some people would.
some men are like, they're either trying to conquer you because you're gonna be a prize, or they're running away because you're gonna be super attached.
They think
You're gonna be super attached.
Yeah.
So I think I wish I waited only so that I can, one, use a condom. Please, madam, what was that about? I was even just lucky, and I didn't even realize I got pregnant. Me, someone else is one who's telling me, because I went and told some guy who, and this guy is was like my big brother at the time.
Yes.
And I told him, like, oh my god, like, it happened. And then he was like, what? Then I said, yeah, it happened. And I didn't even know this guy well. Like, I literally knew him for less than a month. But sometimes it's easier to talk to people you don't know about some things than people who know you well.
Yes.
And I remember telling him, and he was like, did you see this? I said, no. Then did you take birth control? I said, huh? But he said, let me take you downstairs. I went to a pharmacy, then I got it, and then he literally stood there and watched me take the pills. And then I was like, oh. Then I remember, like, P2 has such bad side effects. Guys, I would not recommend. I think if you can avoid those things like P2, I don't know, abortions, if you can avoid those consequences, please do.
Please try.
A CD is not that hard to put on, and it can fit anything.
It's not expensive.
It can fit anything.
True.
It can even fit someone's head. Trust me, like, it can fit.
It can.
So
don't lie. You don't be lied to. And nowadays they even latex free ones. So these guys who say they are allergic to latex, they are latex free ones.
But imagine, I know like a babe who's actually allergic to condoms. So she
like condoms or latex or
that
rubber.
One of the kawaida one. Well, the kawaida one
the usual one, yes.
Latex.
Yes.
So anatumia a special one. Na huyo mwanaume udhani na life itabidi wamechangamka.
But
hata yeye itabidi amechangamka.
But they're more readily available. I would say the brand, but are we doing free brand promotions?
No, thank you.
But if you can DM me and I'll tell you.
I'm dead.
Anyway, I think virginity was... the reason why I didn't tell you guys like that is because maybe it wasn't that important to me.
Oh, it was important to me.
I don't think it was that big of a deal for me. Because otherwise I would have come and told you.
I even grew up in a couple. My Shushu done said the stories. I know if she doesn't watch this episode. Shushu, I love you. I'm so sorry, girl. I'll do better.
My Shushu. Me, it's not me.
Dead. No, but
anyway,
seriously.
Moving from virginity, let's talk about celibacy now. And
yeah.
And maybe one of us has more experience in that area than the other.
She's rude. She's actually disrespectful.
Maybe one of us does.
Anyway,
so have you ever tried being celibate? And if you did, how long did it last?
A few months.
A few months. Oh, okay, that's actually good. Why did you try it? What were your reasons for like taking a step back and not having sex?
The streets were harsh. I couldn't do it no more. So let me just say, are we ready to unpack?
We need
First of all, there was a triggering thing that happened there's a triggering thing that happened that made me just be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe Christianity is onto something. Like
maybe this waiting till marriage is it may work out,
And so,
yeah.
So I met this guy and what did he do? So he took me out on dates and everything, and I was feeling him. I don't even remember this guy.
Do you remember his name?
I remember his name, obviously, but I think the trauma is what I buried. You know the way someone can really hurt your feelings, Paka? You remember that story with Machungu. So you're like, Achekai.
I think your psychological instincts when something is so painful is to shut it out. So yeah.
I remember I met this guy when we were in uni. And I was feeling him, we had the same interests and everything. And then obviously we went on a couple of dates, and then, you know, it happened. And I remember the same day it happened, he hit me with the... No, it wasn't the same day, the next day. So the same day, we chatted story, blah, 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 left his house. And then I went home. Then the next day, the man hits me with the, I didn't even like you like that. I said, is it crap?
It's the audacity.
So I said,
ooh.
I was like, did I imagine, like, this whole thing just happened? Wow. Then I was just like, what the hell? Like, why do men pretend, some men pretend to want the same thing you want just to get with you? And I was like, it's really not that deep. You know what I mean?
Yes. Put your intentions forward.
I think in my head I was like, I was already sexually liberated. Like, I wanted to have sex with whoever I liked.
Yes.
So you didn't have to lie to me to have sex with me if I liked you. You understand what I mean? Like, it's not that deep, sir. Imagine, heal. And a therapy. You're fucking psychopath. I was so mad. Okay. I was so mad. I remember being, not mad, I was hurt.
Yes.
The word is hurt. Because I wasn't mad.
But you can be hurt. You can be mad because you're hurt. You can feel.
I was angry about, and then I think now for me, I was just like, you know, men will never see us as anything more than sexual objects. So I might as well protect myself.
Yes.
So I think that was my choice of going into celibacy. As much as, and I was like, yeah, I think Christianity is onto something, because people will take advantage of you when you're in those streets. Because I don't know, there's just, you know, then I remember just feeling so used in that moment.
That's the feeling,
you know, and that's the same feeling of guilt that I felt when I lost my virginity. And even with the virginity story, it wasn't that the guy used me. Like, we were both virgins, we liked each other, we were young. So I was just like, I don't know, maybe celibacy really will protect you from the wrong energies.
Maybe I don't need to have sex,
you know? And then, you know, like, if I told that guy, like, I'm waiting till marriage, that guy would have left me alone. Either pursued me seriously to have sex with me or left me alone. But at least I would have been saved the whole pain of whatever the hell that was.
Of like doing it, and then for him to come back and say, I didn't even like you like that. That was like, very unnecessary.
That was shocking. I've never been so shocked.
Yes.
I was shook. I was like, that's celibacy journey. Nikodani, I'm inside. I said, the next person I'm marrying is the person I'm sleeping with.
Or the next person the other way around. The next person I'm having sex with is the person I'm marrying. How did that turn out for you?
Okay, so
so how did your celibacy end?
So, well, that came to a close, but I think it was because I was convincing myself that I was doing something for church, but I wasn't really a believer. You know what I mean? I think if you're gonna do something, a celibacy for faith, at least be saved. Like, the least you could do
is have that
faith
that
so that you're doing it for God and not for anyone else. Because for me, it was like, I'm waiting on the right person, but I wasn't doing it for my faith. I was doing it because I thought, okay, it was a defensive mechanism for me. And I mean, it works.
It's okay for it to be a defense mechanism. I think you tried to make yourself believe that it was for faith, because maybe in your mind it wasn't acceptable for you to use that as a defense mechanism, which I think it's 100% okay.
Anyway, it ended. I met this guy. He became my boyfriend. Such a lovely guy. Bless his soul. Like, oh my god, that guy was really nice. I mean, we'll move into the sex might not have been the greatest. So I mean, that there's that fear of waiting till marriage, or waiting till you're in a relationship and someone is committed to you, and then the sex is trash. But yeah,
that's a real fear that I have.
Oh, sis.
That's a real fear that I have.
I thought it was just hypothetical until it actually happened. Hey, I almost died.
You will wait, but what you're waiting for is not worth it. Or okay,
I mean, people can learn. I know people can learn, but
I'm not.
Some people need other teachers. Some people need more patient teachers than us.
I don't think I'm a patient person like that. I cannot be there.
Not even that. Sex. I think the saddest thing was that relationship taught me that sex is important to me, and it was such a hard thing for me to accept as a woman that sex is important to me.
Why do you think that was so hard to accept?
Because society makes sex seem like it's a man thing. Like, only men are horny and only men have sex drive.
But out here, I feel like women even have higher sex drives. And even maybe enjoy sex more than men.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's weird. But I applaud people who who are celibate, because that shit is hard. Where?
I
know
agree.
there are 2 minutes, but guys, those 2 minutes are the longest 2 minutes of my life.
I agree. I actually agree with that.
Ay, ni ngumu. Ni ngumu, especially if you live a certain lifestyle.
What do you mean?
Like, if I never interact with men and I'm never in a closed, like a dark area with guys, or alcohol is not involved, or
so if you don't go clubbing?
No, not even clubbing. Like even inviting a man over to my house.
Oh, okay.
At night.
Kujishikilia
ni ngumu. Like you having self-control might be hard. So I think it depends on your lifestyle, because there are some people who that is never a challenge, because they're never
in those situations where that could even be,
where the temptation is higher than, because I mean you can want to sleep with someone, but you're not going to want to sleep with someone in an office space. Like now we come to the office and then every time I'm looking at it I'm like I want I mean probably people do that and that's creepy as hell.
Yeah,
but you understand?
I don't know.
But now if I met you in a setting where I can make my move,
okay,
it's different. And then you can be comfortable because your boss is not in the next room.
I don't know how I feel about that, because the reason, personally, I think you should be conscious about putting yourself in these situations, and also know that even if you're in these situations, you can choose to not have sex. So it's, if you feel like the choice is difficult, and you don't want to have sex, just don't put yourself in that situation.
Which is the logical thing to do.
Yes.
But life happens.
That
sometimes someone will end up at a sleepover at your house that wasn't a plan.
That wasn't planned, yeah.
Or I think the thing I really appreciate about celibacy is people build self-control. Like you build discipline.
Yes.
And that thing is beautiful. And let me tell you, the self-control in other areas of your life prospers. Because sex is not controlling you, you're controlling the sex.
Yes. I think that was
your experience with celibacy.
That was my reason for getting to celibacy. I needed more control.
Okay.
I think in hindsight, it was because I felt like I was having sex with people to get validation.
Wait, that one is different. That's a whole other podcast.
That's a whole, yeah. So I was doing it to get validation, and I didn't even realize that was why I was doing it until it wound up hurting myself and someone else's feelings. So I was like, okay, I need to take a step back and reevaluate the decisions I'm making and why I am making them. So after I chose celibacy for like 3 months, there was an instance that one could claim that the celibacy wasn't there, but I will choose to say
that it was there.
It was there. For that is also another conversation. So and then
But what does celibacy to you look like? Because you know the way there are people who, because there's a difference between celibacy, abstinence, and what's the other one? I've forgotten. But the way celibacy to someone can be preventing, like refraining from having sex and sex means different things to different people. So for some people it's not having sex, but you can have oral sex, you can have kissing and hugging, cuddling, and there's some people who celibacy is like you are not even touching. That's like one of those. Wow, that's crazy to me. Like I can't imagine no physical touch. Fine, the no having sex, fine, no oral sex, fine, but no physical touch. That's wild to me. Like even my celibacy was just like kissing
sex.
No, it was penetrative sex and oral sex. It was for all those body fluid ones. Minus kissing and hugging. I think it was like Bible. Maybe that's why I struggled so much. It was so Bible, man.
Yes, I get you. For me, I think it's 90% penetrative sex, and I never really thought about the oral sex bit because my focus was on
the penetrative sex.
Yes, and I was very clear about that even with the people I interacted with. And what it taught me is that you can see people switch up on you when you've chosen to not have sex with them. You can see how they react to it. You can tell whether they are mad at you. First of all, no one should ever be mad at you for choosing to not
have sex with them. Are you okay, sir? Can you call yourself for a meeting? Nonsense.
That one gives...
I'm so mad. That thing is so frustrating. Not even that thing for someone saying, why? Can it just not be a no? Like, I don't want, and I don't want. I don't want, and I don't want you. And
even if I want it with other people and I don't want you, I still don't want. So what happened was, The other, in hindsight also, when I was thinking about it after I chose to end my celibacy, is that I also wanted to have the agency over my body. I feel like there were moments where other people were making decisions for me, and I wasn't appreciating that.
I totally understand what you mean.
And it traumatized me to the extent that I didn't want anybody else to even try and even be in that space where I can't say no, or where it's difficult for me to say no.
Like, it's really the difficult to say no for me.
Yeah, and it's
really so awkward when you're like, you know what's so sad? And this is so sad because I've had this conversation with other women and we've mentioned like this has happened to us.
Yeah.
That you can go somewhere and you meet up with someone and then I'm getting emotional, and then you can't, like, you're in that setting where sex is about to happen and you don't want to do it, or this person wants to have sex and you don't want to have sex, so you're like, it's easier for me to consent and have sex because you can't imagine the trauma of being raped.
I think that was one of my leading factors into celibacy.
Wow, that thing is so scary. I don't think men process sex the same way we process it. And it's so problematic. Because it's so problematic. I don't even know how to explain it. Because if you don't understand that that's a problem, that a babe is scared enough to be like, okay, let's just fuck. Just, let me give you head just so that you don't rape me.
Yes.
Like, are you okay? Do you know how threatening you have to look and intimidate and how scared this girl has to be for her to be like, okay. And then it's not even, she's not enjoying it, but then she has to pretend.
You know,
because she'd rather you happy than angry.
She'd rather deal with, you know, it's so hard for even me to come to terms with the fact that even that, for me, that is not consent, because it wasn't given enthusiastically, and even for me to accept that the situation that I was in was not consensual, it takes a lot, because even you have to be like, how did I get myself into this situation? And then why did I let it happen?
Society will make it your fault. Why did you go to his house? Or why did you let him into your house? And why did you invite him over if you didn't want him to have sex with you? I'm like...
And I talked to this...
Are you okay?
The alleged person about it, and he told me, he deadass told me, you know, you women act like you don't want to be wanted.
It's... I tire.
But first of all, once a statement starts with, you women, you just know whatever is about to be said is trash. Dustbin trash. Yeah, he said like, and I told him that I felt like he crossed my boundaries and I tried to express it in a very mature way, and his response to that is, but you look so good, what do you expect?
So, the triggers. It's a triggers for me, guys.
I feel like I'm about to cry.
People need to just do better. Like, I don't understand how these are. And you know, so the thing is, you talk to some guys. You know, I was talking to my friend the other day. We were explaining to him why we say like men are trash. And obviously not all men are trash.
We know that.
But I don't need to justify that statement. Let me just say some men are trash. Men are trash. Because alafu akaniambia, you know, when you say men are trash, I didn't know this is what you mean. After we explained that thing for sexual assault, coercion, and that situation for you having to say yes, Ama, like my friend having to pretend she was on her period and then he put ketchup on her pad for the guy to leave her room. And I'm just like,
oh no.
And then he's so like, sorry. I didn't know that's what you mean when we say men are trash, because that was not the kind of men that he would imagine. And I'm like, those kind of men are the ones who are out here.
Yes.
Like the good men are...
You know, it's not written over here, I am a good man, I am a bad man.
So we are here just...
It's easier for us to assume that men are trash so that we can protect ourselves. It's not that we don't know that not all men are trash. We have men in our lives that we love dearly and they are not trash, and we know them. And even those men are afraid of other men. So what do you even think about that? Like,
is this someone who make you afraid of another man?
How are we?
Whom am I? Whom am I?
Can you see? I'm the shape of a pencil. What am I gonna do?
So
but anyway, that's...
And then like making it the woman's fault, like she didn't take enough caution. I'm like, you know, you can take all the caution in the world and you still be raped.
Yes.
You can
dress as decently.
You still be assaulted.
How many hijabis have been assaulted in places that are very public, that they were even with many people, like, and that is what we would consider the most decent of dressing, and it's not our fault. And sometimes we're led into celibacy because we just want to have the option of saying no without someone asking me. I've said no because I'm not doing it with anyone. And
it's like it's easier for a man to accept that you're choosing to be celibate than a man to accept that you don't want to have sleep with him.
Yes,
himself. Yeah.
So yeah, but like once I understood that I have agency over my body and I can choose to do whatever I want with myself, but I can choose to do or not do whatever I want, then at that point is when I was comfortable being like, okay, we can end the celibacy and now choose based on what I feel like is appropriate for me. But that went a lot deeper than we were expecting it to go.
Yeah, and I think even
I feel like
I feel like women are safe. I don't know, like I'm here for sexual liberation, but I fear for women who are out there like that, because you're doing the total opposite of what what the society wants you to do.
Yes.
And so they'll shame you to death.
Yeah.
Like the shame, obviously you cannot be shamed if you have no shame, and we love it.
Yes.
We love it here.
What are you gonna do?
But I think at the same time, I'm just like, even for people in sex work,
yes,
I'm like, power to you because it's empowering to
Yes.
you. But at the same time, I'm like, you are literally in such a dangerous position. Like your work is so dangerous because men will be like, I'll
because
pay
you are a
whatever.
sex worker.
You know what I mean?
Because you're a sex
sexual
worker, it is, I'm entitled to your body however I want
choose.
it.
And it's like,
just because you have paid for a certain action, this person can still choose to be like, that is beyond me.
Yeah,
We are not doing
I
that
don't procure
one.
this service. Like, yes, I have consented to. You're paying me to, I don't know, have sex with me,
Yeah.
but you're not paying. You have to pay extra for oral, or you pay
Yes.
extra for I don't know what's these things for bondage. I don't know. I think I'm so like, I'm here for sex work. I feel like, okay, let me not say I'm here for sex work, but I have my reservations. But power to you if it's a choice, because
Yeah,
also
if
the
you're
fact
doing
that
it by
people
choice.
are like, they're doing it by choice has really made it harder for the people who are not doing it by choice probably to come out of that cycle
Okay, that's a
of
different
abuse.
conversation.
So that's like, I feel like we need to discuss the sex work in us, like sex
Sex
work
work
in itself
yes.
as a whole episode.
Yes.
But at the same time, I fear for those women, because I can't imagine. I'm already so scared of men, and I can take one man at a time. You understand what I mean? Like, no mmoja ananishinda na ati ananipenda. So I'm like, and men who have zero connection to you could care less whether you are a daughter, whatever. And I don't even think it should matter just because you're a human being. Wait, those things scare me. I'm like, I need maombi kila siku. I need to pray for them every day.
For me, women in sex work and as also gay men in sex work, that one also is like
another.
Yes, that's another thing altogether. We are here praying for you. We're here for you. We're here celebrating you. If you're doing it by choice, if you're not doing it by choice, please seek help.
Please.
And if you need help seeking help, we can try and help you the best way we can.
We should find a helpline.
We should find a helpline. Maybe as we are posting this, we will have like helpline numbers down below, because we also talked about triggering things
for gender-based violence, domestic violence, sexual assault, and sex work. Like, I don't know. We just need to put.
I think also the sexual assault conversation can be had differently and in a different time and more in depth, because I think we both have enough stories for that, but we need like a preparation, because it's very triggering as well. But I think we've come to the end of that episode, and now let's play our little game.
Okay,
what game are we playing today?
We are playing the Never Have I Ever.
Yes,
it's not a specific edition, it's just general.
It's just Never Have I Ever.
Yeah, okay, so you start us off with your first question.
Again, we're both answering.
Yeah, we're both answering. This babe, you're killing me.
Every day. Every time.
Yeah, you can start us off with your first one.
Okay. Never have I ever drunk, called an ex or former partner. Tick tock, tick tock.
I have drunk, called an ex
or former partner, former maybe sexual partner.
I have drunk, called, but it wasn't any of them.
Was it a friend?
No, it was someone I was interested in at the time. You understand? Like, it wasn't actually someone I had a thing with, and I was like, oh, have I drunk, called a former partner? I feel like when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Oh my god, shout out to my girl Angie for making me block him that very night. Literally, I called him and she was like, you're still calling this man? I said, yeah. She said, you need to
bring your phone, yeah.
And we blocked him.
Yeah.
And then he called me with a different number, and I was like, who's this? Who is this? Who are you? Who are you, sir?
Yeah.
And he said, oh, you deleted my number. I said,
yes.
I'm over it. You're toxic.
I love the confidence that we have
Nowadays,
you will start
no hesitation. We block
You're
people.
toxic. And I'm not here for that.
Not even that, you call someone out and keep it moving. Only because it's really bad to ghost. But I'd already called this man out and he wasn't. Like, he was still treating me badly. And I was in my feelings, so I wasn't ready to let go. You know, there's nothing worse than you like someone so much that even when they treat you like trash, you're still there. It's so, hey, my bad bitch points had lowered. Hey, no, bad girl.
Bad girl.
Bad girl.
Baddest
You
in
can't
the
catch me.
building.
My gangster boys will never go that way ever again. Ever. And I'm telling
we are
you,
here
ever.
for it. We are here for it.
Really
120%.
choma.
But nowadays, I like how we block people on each other's phones when we realize that they're toxic for our friends.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Me, I have never actually.
You've never done, hold on.
No.
Oh, no, but your ex. Your exes. Gina's exes. I don't think you can even. What are you calling them for?
What business would I have to tell you? That definitely zero.
I hate my friends' exes more than they hate their exes.
True.
And
I feel like
should
she
be noted.
definitely hates
That should
my
be noted.
exes way
But
more.
only because I think you guys don't realize. Like, my friends are beautiful and they're gems. So I don't understand how someone so amazing can end up with someone such a like a boomba
That bomboclat.
As in, like someone Dwanzi, like
Even I don't understand how I wound up with that person. But if you're seeing this, you know yourself, you are trash. I would never drunk call you.
So this one is related to what you've said, but have you ever dated someone who you once told your partner or your ex-partner or someone not to worry about?
Have I ever dated
or seen or been with someone who you told your partner not to worry about?
Fifth. I plead the fifth.
That must be yes.
I have. Yeah. Anyway, yes, with my chest I have. I realize that now. What are they gonna do? Come beat me. I have.
Oh, Simchape, please. Hey, violence in this country. Wait, we're joking. Huh?
Yeah.
We're joking.
Have you?
I have. Aki, I'm so sorry, babes. Oh my god. Yes, I have. I was seeing this person and they had a problem with a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine. And then things escalated. Like, after we broke up, things escalated and I ended up dating that person.
Oh.
Like,
wait.
initially when I was telling them not to worry about them, there was nothing to worry about.
Okay.
We were just really close.
Yeah.
But then that closeness led to something else.
Okay.
So we ended up dating longer than we even dated the first person.
It is what it is.
Single life.
You moved on.
We move.
The best way to get over someone is
Get under someone else. Don't listen to us. That's
don't
bad
do
advice.
That is
You need to
terrible
heal.
advice. Heal. Go
Because
to
you'll-
therapy.
Not even that, because you'll traumatize the next person.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you've not healed from the past, and then they'll always be like, am I not good enough? Am I not as good as the person before that you're trying to get over? It's problematic.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. That was a
Don't do
joke.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Never have I ever skinny dipped.
I also had that one. I have.
Okay.
I have.
Do you wanna tell us? I know. I think I know your story, and I don't think that is.
Anyway. We had a party. Okay, I threw a party when my parents were not in town.
That is where okay.
Yeah, and yeah, so we got really lit and then we skinny dipped. Me and my best friend, the guys were blacked out drunk. So we were not minors.
Oh,
please.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun. I thought I was cold though.
Really?
Yeah. At least it was at the pool. It wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if it was a lake, I'd be like, guy.
I would be
Do you think
freezing.
people like doo-doos, like insects enter you when you're naked, when you're skinny dipping in like a river or a lake or something? Sounds like a bit.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, like with every next word, I am getting more shocked.
No, but people do skinny dip in weird,
Even in the
natural
ocean.
places. I know, I wouldn't with all that salt.
The sand,
The
me,
salt
the
in
sand
the
is
ocean.
not like. What if it gets into like weird places?
The sand, the salt.
Salt is good.
I feel like the salt will even make you. You'll notice you have cuts that you didn't even know you had.
But salt is, if you ever swim in the ocean, whether you're naked or not, is not just a reality. So if you can swim with a
then
swimsuit,
it's not as weird.
it's not a big deal.
But the sand meets the seaweed, the insects, the bacteria. But you know, my friend was inviting me to swim in the river. I'm excited. I might go. It was really. And then you know, Maya, just come out of your comfort zone. I said, but the current, I'm light. Like, for real, I weigh like all of 2 kgs.
Yeah.
I can't be carried by the water. I can say, come now before the rains come. I'm not going.
They have a point. They have a
but
point.
the river. You know the water is brown.
Like, but brown is not because the water is dirty. It's because it's like the sand is brown.
Yeah. Okay, I'll think about it.
I think do it.
I'll think about it. We go?
We?
Yeah, you don't want you to go. You don't want to go. Kind of go.
Okay. Have I ever skinny dipped? Yes. It was one of my most freeing experiences actually.
Well, when?
In Coast, we had gone with a bunch of friends.
Oh, I think
and it was a pool. Yeah.
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 Which one? Was it
Yes, that
the
one.
school one or the second one?
The second one.
Oh, okay.
So it was amazing for me. I loved. For me, the water was warm, nicely.
You did it
It's
in
like
the pool or the ocean?
Pool.
Okay.
I don't know. Somehow I was there with a friend, like who held my clothes and then like kept a lookout.
Oh, so that's about.
Yeah.
That's another thing with skinny dipping. Like you're not trying to do it where everyone can see you, or like it's awkward, or someone is documenting.
So yes, but that was fun.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
that's
yours?
nice. What? My next
Your
point.
next never
My next
have I
question. Never have I ever.
Yeah.
Let's see. This one I know the answer, but I want to put you out there in public.
I just look at my face. I was like, this bitch.
Am I not your friend? Have you ever stalked an ex, his new girl, or just a partner's into potential, an ex partners or a potentials?
You know the answer to this?
Yeah. This girl is so good with her phone. I tell her one thing, she's like, okay, so he likes mangoes.
Like,
How
yeah,
did
so
you
this
know
is where
that?
he lives, this is where his mom lives, his aunties, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
he did not lie
attended a
about
wedding.
this.
Yeah, he attended
This one
a wedding.
NBI.
Yeah. So obviously the answer is yes, I have stalked them. And I don't know why I stalk them. I think for me it's just like,
To know that you're doing better than them.
kinda, yeah.
Oh my god, that's an ego thing.
And let me tell you what, all the time, I'm doing better than them.
That's some people.
Yeah.
Not even that. Do you feel like, oh my god, I was saying to my friend, and they were telling me how all her exes have never dated. All her exes always date people who are not as hot as her. I said, you're actually full of yourself. I mean, I'm here for this because I didn't like her exes, but at the same time I said, babe, that's such a narcissistic thing to say.
It is though, but
Like,
I
mean, but if it's the truth, it's the truth. To be quite honest, after seeing her current partners and exes, she's onto something. But that's besides the point. Anyway, me, I don't think I stalked my exes.
your exes, their new partners.
Not their partners. Maybe I've checked out their social media,
Uh-huh.
but just to see if I'm still blocked or still there.
Okay.
Because maybe I blocked you, I unfriended you, but I don't see your recent posts. But not to find out their partner. That's a bit much for me.
I don't think for me it's about the partner. I could care less about the partner. It's you. I want to see how you're doing in your life.
But now you see that's the thing. Will you ever know? Because me, I'm friends with my exes, so I talk to them. Okay,
Ah.
ex days, not flings. Those ones can go to die. Go die because they're liars. But
okay.
yeah, I got a bit passionate.
Yeah.
But you get the gist.
I'm not friends
Exes
with
are
my
friends with
exes.
exes, so I don't need to stalk you. I literally have to call you and be like, oh, how are you doing? And then you'll be like, oh, I'm good. My girlfriend is doing well. All these things. My mom is doing well. So you've met his mom, his cousins, his way.
Nah.
Relationships are deep.
Okay. I'm not friends with any of my exes.
So you can't.
Nah.
Okay. Your next, never have I ever.
Never have I ever lied to someone in this room.
Huh? I feel like he set me up. Have I ever lied to you? Yeah.
I mean, like, what types of lies?
Not serious ones. I don't think they were serious. But no, why
Oh
would I
wait,
lie about that?
I already know. Yes, you have. Why did you even ask this question?
What do you mean?
I've remembered an instance.
I remember
Why?
one. Like that guy that traumatized me in this episode.
Yeah.
You asked me if we had fucked and I said no. But I wasn't ready to just absorb that guy broke my heart like that.
Oh, okay, I understand what.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
Like I think it's one of those things for like, I don't think my lies are I'm lying to you. I'm lying because I'm not ready to admit that something happened.
Yes, you were not ready to give a certain information, but you were asked.
Yeah.
And it was a yes or no question.
Yeah, so you just say no until you're ready to say the yes.
Yeah, like, yeah, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And you?
Yeah.
Okay. About what?
So that's small, the same situations. Like when you ask about something and I'm not ready to give information.
But I feel like I
that.
know when you
Yes.
refuse to tell me something.
No, if I refuse, I've not lied.
No, you said, did you say no?
I think there's a time I told you, I'm not answering that question because if I answer, I lied to you.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
So my next one is use someone else's toothbrush.
Someone else's toothbrush. No. To do what? Like maybe I've used someone else's toothbrush to like clean my shoes. Like they left it in my house. So.
Oh, okay. I mean like actually brush with someone else's toothbrush.
No. Have you?
guys.
You set yourself up for this one.
Me and my sister had similar toothbrushes. So when I went, I forgot that hers is a green one, and mine wasn't in that. It wasn't in the bathroom. It was in my room.
Okay.
Yeah. So I used it, and then I told her. Oh, then I wanted to not tell her because I knew she was gonna be mad at me. But I ended up telling her before she used her toothbrush because I knew she was gonna be more mad if I didn't tell her.
Yes.
So I was just like. So I told her, she was like, "Gai koi," huh? Like she was so like, "What the hell?" I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know, I forgot.
I mean, okay.
Because our toothbrushes were the same type but different colors. I don't know why I thought my toothbrush, but I think it was the only toothbrush that was there. So my brain, you know, like you're not present.
Like sis toothbrush brushed it.
Yeah, like I was very on autopilot.
Okay.
Which was very weird.
I think that's fair. That's
Paul Shiro. I didn't mean to.
That's allowed because it's your sister. Like it's not that awkward.
No, but seriously, someone's toothbrush, I did too much. I did too much.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
but you always be doing the most, so it's fine.
It's rude.
Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for joining us. Again, my name is Ngena and I'm here with
Maya.
Yeah, you can check us out on social media as Nairobi Sisterhood on all major social media platforms. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.